What's up, everyone? So I have been messing with Drytron for a long time. Anyone who's watched the channel would know that I'm a Drytron player. That's my deck. So I don't know why you're laughing at me right now, but
watching the camera.
Just because I got my butt kicked last time doesn't mean I'm gonna get my butt kicked this time. No,
different version of the deck this time.
Yeah, so I wanted to come up with a, now that the Banlist has come out, Verité's gone, so DPE is gone in the deck. I've seen a whole bunch of different profiles. Every single profile has Baronne de Fleur in it, and I personally don't have that. I have to borrow it from somebody. So I wanted to come up with a combo that would be obviously something consistent that we could rely upon, but is more of a budget version without Baron also, just to show that the deck can still be strong. I think the deck is still underrated, and I don't know if I would go as far to say it's, tier 1 or whatever, but I think when you take it to like a regional event, you're not going to see very many Drytron players, which would give us an advantage whenever we're running the deck. And the combo is a little bit different too, so nobody's going to necessarily know where to hand trap. Of course, you have the normal, Herald lines to negate or whatever, but I'll do a test hand after the deck profile, and nothing of this deck profile is set in stone. This is experimenting right now, but I'll at least show you the basic combo that I'm working with without Baron and why I'm kind of doing it that way. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna breeze through this pretty quick. We have the standard 3 alpha, 3 zeta, of course. I am running 3 gamma and only 2 delta. I don't like the 50 card versions, or 50 card and up versions, so I'm trying to keep my deck count as low as possible. Right now I'm running 43, which is why I'm only running 2 of him.
Yeah, that 50 card build didn't do too well last time, huh?
It did, and it did until it didn't. So I had some really bad luck, and yeah, the brick just royally pissed me off. So I'm running 3 Diviner. I am not running the Vanity Rulers engine. I think that caps the deck. I think the normal summon Diviner of Herald is too strong. 1 Chaos Valk. I'm still scythe locking everyone, and that was the plan here. Is without DPE, it's harder to scythe lock, and if you don't have DPE or Baron, you can say goodbye to the standard scythe lock combos. So I wanted to create something where you could do it without it, and it's been pretty successful in testing so far. Moving on to the rituals. Luckily we have 2 Cyber Angel Ben 10s. I am running an Ida 10. The combo is essential for it. 1 Natasha for the late game. Let's move on. I'm running a smaller Megalith package. Only 1 Fool, 1 Ophiel, and of course the Bethor. Again, if I can find the room for it, I would like to either run 2 Fool or 2 Ophiel. Their names are too close together, but the combo functions without it. So it can be done. Obviously the grind game is where you need the others, but here's my spice. So I still run Draconids for the late game. He's too good not to. The White Knight of Dogmatica, I've only seen one profile run this guy. I have never seen a YouTuber done it. I actually just came across it casually on a Facebook Drytron page. I'm like, okay, this guy's onto something. But what he was using it for was not the scythe lock combo. So this one, I can confidently say that's all me. Moving on to spells, I run 3 Nova and 3 Cyber Emergency for consistency. 2 Prep, I'd like to bump that up to 3 if I could. At the moment, I haven't found the deck space for it. So, still work in progress. We'll see how it goes. 1 Medionis, 1 Called By, Foolish Burial. I'm running 1 Fafnir, again for consistency. These are kind of my flex cards here. Forbidden Droplet and Infinite Impermanence. They could really be anything. I don't think I'm ever going to really take out Forbidden Droplet, but the Imperm, obviously you can replace that with any hand trap. Whatever you're going up against, this is just what I'm doing in testing right now. Moving on to the extra deck for Xyz, I'm running 2 Fafnir, of course, 1 Downard, 1 Zeus, 1 Beatrice, and still a Abyss Dweller. The Cyclops combo that I'm still running still successfully gets out of Abyss Dweller as well, so it's too good not to run. Beatrice, however, has become essential for the combo. It's the only way to, it's the best way that I found to get into the White Knight. And I'll explain what he does in a little bit too, when I go through the combo, of course. Still want to run the Herald of Arclight, Elder Entity Intis. Moving on to Link monsters. 1 Link Karibo, Artifact Gagda, because they didn't ban it. I have moved back to IP Masquerena. It's actually very successful. 1 Phoenix, 1 Appaloosa, and then I have went to the Nightmare and Access Code package. My primary combo is turn 2, get Access Code, and just finish the game. So, all right, let's move on to the combo. Would you like to give a final cut, good sir?
Absolutely. Good luck.
Good luck, duelist. Okay. So this particular hand, since we did kind of brick here, probably should have shuffled a little bit more since we did go through that hand. This is actually still pretty good, but I'm susceptible to hand traps. So let's start with our Drytron Nova. Let's go ahead and get our Zeta to the field. Obviously activate the Alpha. Let's go ahead and pitch the Zeta this time. We're gonna go for our Benton, which we know, there's one right there. Typical Drytron, activate Tribute. That's gonna get us, how did that happen? Excuse me. I am getting the Ritual spell. And a Herald. Okay, Zeta gets the Ritual spell. Benton gets us the Diviner. Let's go into Mu Beta Fafnir. Mu Beta will send the Gamma. Gamma to Grave. Gonna normal summon our Diviner. Diviner send the Herald. Herald effect. Let's grab our Megalith Fool. Wherever he is, all the way to the back. So this time we're gonna activate Medionis. Special summon the Fool. Fool effect. Adds our Benton back to hand. A lot of ritual monsters to start with. Activate the Fool. Tribute the Benton. Do special summon Ophiel. Ophiel effect. We'll do Chain Link 1, Chain Link 2. Ophiel grabs the Bethor. Benton grabs our Chaos Valkyrie again. At this point, I'm going to activate Medionis. Sorry, I never detached from him earlier. Activate Medionis. Decrease, adds back to hand. I am going to go ahead and activate a second time. Let's special summon our Ida 10 right here. Ida 10 adds back the ritual spell. That way we can do it for a third time. Let's overlay for our Beatrice. This time we're going to send a Drytron name. Go ahead and activate our Beatrice for an extender. Go ahead and send our 4th Drytron. So this time I'm going to get access to all 4 of them. Okay. At this point, the best course of action would be to, let's go ahead and let's draw a card. I'm gonna activate our Delta. Go ahead and tribute the White Knight right there. Reveal yugioh since our opponent already knows that we have it. Give it a good shuffle, see what we draw. Would you like to cut, good sir?
Sure.
Typically I would send the White Knight from Beatrice, but since we already opened it in our hand, I don't have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
What do you know? What are the odds of that? I drew the second Benton. That's why we play it, for consistency. So here, I'm gonna go ahead and link these two away since we don't need Beatrice anymore. Let's set up our Dagda. Now I'm gonna activate our Gamma Engrave. Go ahead and tribute the Benton. Gamma's gonna summon Delta back. Let's go ahead and link these two bad boys into IP Masquerena. I'm gonna go ahead and summon our Chaos Valkyrie. Banish the Herald, we don't need that anymore. Go ahead and link summon these two, or not link summon, excuse me, overlay for our Abyss Dweller. And finally, we'll activate our Meteonis for the final time, tributing our Mu Beta, which will summon our White Knight of Dogmatica. So for those that don't know, I have full setup at this point. That's actually in the grave. Oh, I'm sorry. Whenever I activate the Meteonis, that's why I didn't remove it off the field. Chain Dagda, which will set the Scythe. Don't do that in your matches. You gotta remember that crap.
So read your cards, kids.
Okay, so I've got a full board set up. Now I'm gonna pass turn to my opponent. So they're gonna go in the draw phase. I'm going to immediately chain Abyss Dweller. That way, if they drew some kind of interruption like say a Dark Ruler no more, that would be pretty much game over for this deck if they drew that.
Yep.
But since we activate Abyss Dweller, they can't activate it in the standby phase, or their draw phase or standby phase.
Mm-hmm.
Now the first card that they activate, I'm gonna chain my White Knight of Dogmatica. Here's the cool part, I get to look in my opponent's extra deck and my own and send a card from each to the graveyard. So that's why we have our Entis, I'm gonna send that to graveyard. We get to see what our opponent's playing, assuming we won the die roll. So we're gonna send whatever primary combo piece they need. Crystron Hygrofibrax, of course, would be the best target. So now, Entis is gonna activate when it hits the grave. I'm gonna pop my own Artifact Scythe, which will of course special summon itself to the field. Now they're locked out of both their graveyard and their extra deck. Now the next thing, the only drawback to this guy is that when he's on the field, I can't summon anything from my extra deck anymore. So if I have IP on the field, I have to wait until after I get that off. Luckily we have a Fool. Since White Knight is a level 8, I can activate our Megalith Fool, tribute the White Knight, special summon the Bethor. Now I can pop, let's count. I can pop 3 cards on my opponent's field. So that's probably gonna wipe their field, assuming that they can play through these two and still get that many cards on field. And then for backup, I can link summon those 2 away into, honestly, you could link into a 3 negate Appaloosa from there. If you had an extra card in your hand, you could have done Nightmare Phoenix. In this particular hand, I did not. So I'm forced to go into that. Nightmare Phoenix, whatever the situation calls for. I mean, I guess you could have, you can run anything. Not like with the deck profile, none of this is set in stone. So you can, take out Nightmare Phoenix, whatever the case might be. But
whatever's gonna benefit you the best.
Exactly, in whatever situation. So I don't see any deck playing through all of that right there, especially Fluwunderees. They're not going to survive if you can pop 3 cards on their field. You know what I mean? That alone, they don't care about...
That's if they allow you to get this board out.
Yes, assuming you go uninterrupted, still that was pop 3 cards, 1 interruption, locked out of the extra deck, 3 more interruptions with that, and assuming that I didn't draw any of my hand traps too. So I think you're in for a budget Drytron without a $120 Baronne de Fleur, I think that's pretty dang good. And without DPE on top of that, I think this is this guy is pretty underrated. So, Drytron community, if you don't have a Baron, look into this guy. And that's all we got.
You do an outro?
Free Colossus. No.
No.
But no, that's it. So let me know what you guys think. Still in testing. I got a long ways to go, but in a couple weeks we got regionals. So if you have the Baron, go with that. It's the better combo. Protects you from, you know, the unfriendly meteor, of course. But not many people are running the Biru anymore, so you can at least, if you win the die roll, you can get away with that and get yourself an easy win. That's all we got. Wish me luck.